Hi guys and welcome back. This is Serge and we're here doing another quick tips video with a special guest. We're here talking to Shaker, another member of my faction on the StarMade.au server. Say hello, Shaker.
Hello.
So we're having a bit of a look at Shaker's work in progress ship here, the Liberator. And we're going to be talking a little bit about some colors and palette choices because we were having a look at Shaker's ship here, discussing what could make it look a little bit nicer. And one thing that popped into my mind is this little part just below the main hangar here. I sort of call it a bit patchy. As you can see, he's just lit it up at lovely yellow there. So what we're going to talk about, if you could just switch that back to gray for just a second, Shaker. As you can see right now, it is a gray. And ultimately what we're going to talk about is something called a clashing color, or that pop color, or something that's going to clash against your original choice of palette. So as you can see, Shaker's ship here is a lovely green, as most of our Atlas ships are. And that's the same kind of palette that we use on most of our ships. He's got a green here for the colors of the lights on the crystals there, and a few little detail colors like this red stripe on the back here, and some brown pipes and sort of like copper looking details there. And what kind of came to our attention was it doesn't have a popping color. And this is sort of something you'll see in a lot of design works, art pieces, billboards, posters, advertising, anything in graphics where you'll have something that really draws attention to the eye. So what we're going to do is just have a little experiment here with the side of Shaker's hull under this patching here. So we're going to choose a few colors. Shaker, if you could be so kind to turn it to a, let's choose yellow. That looks pretty good. So as you can see, guys, we're switching it up to a yellow here. Shaker's going to fill that in, and we're going to fly back here, and you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. My advice, if you're doing this to your own ship, is sort of have the shape and most of the ship mostly done like you have here, because it gives you the ability to sort of think about what it's going to look like in total. As you can see, that's definitely come into clash with every other color we've got on this thing. I actually really like the yellow. What about you, Shaker?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Still new to me.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to be something you'll have to probably get used to a little bit. As it's going to be clashing. It's going to be different. I don't know whether I like the yellow. Let's try blue. So I guess the most important thing about this, while Shaker changes the color here, is that you kind of want to... I might be getting a little bit of lag here. There we go. So what you want to try and consider with this kind of clashing color is this isn't something you have to always do, but it can definitely spice up a ship that you just think might be looking a little bit dull, a little bit ordinary, a little bit mass-produced. It's kind of like why Hot Rodder, or someone who is a car enthusiast, goes ahead and puts a big flame up the side of their bright red car. Biggest reason being is because, well, that they want that flair. They want that little bit of good-looking something. So I kind of like the blue. It's a good offset to the rest of the colors. Opinions, Shaker?
Well, it's coming in second, I think, red.
Oh yeah, that's right. Before we started recording, guys, we did have a look at red. Let's have a look at red, Shakers. Let's show the audience. So I actually really like the blue. We've already seen the red, which I'd actually have to agree, seeing that on top of the blue there does kind of look better than the rest. We got a few other colors to try. We've just tried out the primaries. But as you notice, guys, these are 3 colors that are not anywhere else on the ship. Something that's very out of the way. Now, I'm going to just quickly direct the screen's attention down here. You can see my breaker down there, and this is something that I have not done on my breaker. The breaker has a very strict color palette. It hasn't changed anywhere specific on it, and although that can be really good, it can definitely be worth having something that changes the color palette up, or even just the design up quite a bit. Now, I really like the red there, but we're going to try a few other colors just for the sake of it. Let's try pink. We're gonna take Shaker's manly vessel here and put a pink pinstripe up the side. Let's go ahead and do that, Shaker. So, another thing that you consider about putting this bit of flare stripe on the side of your ship is the fact that it adds sort of a signature to your ship. So if you've been watching my videos, you would have seen a lot of my own and Shaker's ships aboard, upon the server. We all share a very similar color palette with a lot of our builds. Up there you can see my Atlas station, and over here you can see another work in progress. And over in the distance there you can see another one of our Atlas stations, and the same thing is the same in all of them. They're all the same color and palette. By having this kind of, I think the pink looks lovely, Shaker, by the way. Let's try another color. Let's say teal. Let's give that a go. So,
Color that never gets seen.
yes, that's right. No one ever seems to want to use teal. It's such a beautiful color. I'm actually, I don't know, I kind of like the color. But the idea, guys, is this is sort of like your signature for your ship. Now, if you're like us and you have a faction where all the ships are the same color, but there's just that one ship that's yours, the one that you ride around in the most, you would want to do something to make that stand out a little bit from the rest. And having some sort of pinstripe on here could be very important, just to that little flare of detail. I'm still liking the red over all of these, Shaker. Let's try a purple, see whether that has some kind of, because that's a bit of blue and red in one there. I don't know. I don't like the teal personally. What about you?
I'm actually wondering if we'd change that as black to blue.
Oh yeah, you mean like flip the colors on the patches?
Yes, they have teal where teal is, and then the black little.
Oh,
blocks.
okay.
Change that to blue.
Interesting idea. How about we just quickly switch it to purple first, while it's easy to swap the thing in and out. But I actually definitely recommend give that a go. Yeah, it's a good idea. So yeah, it's coming along, and just thinking about what's gonna change, what's gonna make that attention pop on that ship. I don't know. I don't know whether I like the purple.
I think Blitz wouldn't kill me if I make it.
Yeah, that's true. Although to be fair, I think he's doing a pretty good job of that already, or at least he's trying to. Shout out. Sorry.
Dying.
Dying, yeah. Shout out to Blitz. We're sorry we broke all your nice ships. Yeah, actually, try flip it back to the blue like you said. The patches change, I think, would probably be a good idea. So while he does that, guys, we're going to have a bit of a swing around Shaker's ship here, and I'm going to embarrass him a little bit, and we're going to have a look at his ship and pull it to pieces, because that's just what I like to do. I've seen this ship before, obviously, and I've been witnessing it being built for a while. I gotta say, though, it's definitely come a long way. I really, really like how it's looking at the moment. A lot of small details have been added. I've never showcased this ship yet, but I definitely want to do something with it, and hopefully Shaker will let me. And I imagine you will at some point, won't you? So, what we're gonna have a look at here is, hopefully he's done. I don't know. Hopefully I'm not lagging too bad. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, wow. Okay, that's not what I thought at all. That's very cool. I like that. I'll be careful. You're chipping away at your slabs there. Your armor plates. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, that is different. Definitely. Very interesting. I don't know.
I don't think I've seen a single ship with those two colors.
Well, not like this. I really like that. Because it's really clashing now. There's no colors that are anywhere else on this ship at all. Because you don't have either of the teal or the blue anywhere else. Oh, let's have a bit of a spin around this, guys, and actually have a look at this on a few other angles. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. I don't know whether it beats the red, but
You want me to flip it? Teal, blue.
I don't know. I think I like it like this. You go ahead and flip it so we know what we're missing out on. So, anyway, guys, as you can see, it's a hard choice trying to choose the colors that are going to define your ship, that are really going to make it pop. Color is such an important thing, and unless you're colorblind, in which case, I'm sorry, this doesn't affect you as much, it's definitely going to be something that it's going to be in your mind whenever you're building these kinds of things. What kind of color am I going to choose? What kind of blocks am I going to need? Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that. It's kind of like an electric blue. Picking the right kind of details is definitely important, and building the right kind of shape is very, very important too. But you can have the fanciest looking ship and it's all gray and just not very interesting to look at, even though it's got the most finest details and most interesting little bits of detail all over it. A really good example of someone who does these ships incredibly well is Skylord Luke in a lot of his builds, and I highly recommend checking out his videos because they're pretty amazing. The difference in some people's builds, like you'll see online all of the Imperial destroyers and the kind of massive ships from TV shows that weren't designed with color in mind. They weren't designed to be close up and looked at. They were designed to be small models so that it looked big and imposing, and it could trick the eye into thinking it's much bigger than it is. With something like this, you're gonna get up close and personal. You're gonna be seeing it as it flies by. I'll be honest, Shaker, I don't like that as much as I did it the other way around.
Yeah, I agree.
Looks a little crusty this way.
Yep. I'm switching.
Yeah. So, having the kind of, I guess, interest in repainting your ships and making the ships look a certain color is gonna definitely make your ship stand out. And, ooh, what's going on there? That's different. Maybe try that with blue. So, what we're trying to work out for Shaker here is we're kind of going to give him a signature. This is going to be his ship, I guess, moving forward on the server. He's going to be maybe his primary, his flagship. And he's kind of got it just shelled out for the time being because of all the power announcements. This thing used to have a bunch of like other ships kind of floating around it, and it's definitely been shelled down about to a smaller kind of ship that looks a lot more agile, a lot more capable. I'm really hoping that if we do a server reset or something, that we try and scale down combat, which I know a lot of players on the server won't like, and I don't know your opinions on that, Shaker.
Yeah, when you get too big, you just don't have the movability anymore.
Yeah, and it kind of is just a combat of whoever has the biggest ship. Like, don't get me wrong, you can get some pretty epic combats happening. We had a pretty cool one where we had 3 of our capitals face off against a bunch of Blitzwings, smaller destroyers, battleships. I'm not sure what size category they would be. But it was quite interesting. That's different. I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah, very psychedelic.
Crazy.
Well, I don't know, guys, but what I might do is I might actually call that a video. We still haven't decided on what kind of color we want, but that's kind of the point. You'll never quite get it until you got it. I think we'll have a bit of a play around after this video, and inevitably what'll happen is I'll probably we'll decide on something. Shaker's gonna have his mind or his heart set on a specific color. He's gonna continue building this ship, which is starting to look incredible. And one day I'm gonna just do a kind of a ship showcase on this, and you guys are gonna see it in all its glory. Anyway, guys, this has been Surge with another quick tips video with special guest Shaker. Say goodbye, Shaker.
See ya.
Alright, guys, this has been Surge. If you liked the video, leave a like. Oh god, I suck at timed out. Okay. Well, well, guys, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked the video, leave a dislike, because, yeah, that's an option. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, because that makes me really happy. And I'm sure that makes Shaker happy, too, if you subscribe. Especially to this one, because he's in it. Anyway, guys, catch you later.